This is what happens when you milk the same two franchises over and over and over again. This is what's happening. A similar thing is going to soon happen to EA. FIFA, Madden, and NHL games cannot make money for EA forever. Square Enix reports a 43 million loss at the new studio shifts focus. Fine, even though Octopath Traveler did well on the Switch, Square Enix still lost $43 million. And this was primarily linked to the new studio Luminous Productions. But Square Enix is losing money. They are. They're losing money. And here's another thing. Square Enix H2. Financial sales, so sinking sales and profits. No one wants to buy if they're losing sales per year by year. Square Enix, if Square Enix dies as a company, Japan will basically, and actually Square Enix, the problem with Square Enix is they keep delaying the games. Kingdom Hearts 3 is still not even out yet because they kept delaying the game over and over and over again. Final Fantasy 15. Here's the reason why Square Enix is losing money. Not many releases. All Square Enix releases, most of them outside of Tomb Raider games and some other Western IPs they acquired, outside of that, they don't have much. They don't have much outside of remakes of Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy. With the Final Fantasy 7 remake, it's another game they keep delaying over and over and over again. People don't want to buy this Final Fantasy 7 remake anymore because they don't even know when the game's coming out. They don't even know. And of course, mobile games and MMOs are still making the same amount of money as they always do. But nobody is buying stuff from Square Enix, and Square Enix is trying to make more digital games and subscription. EA is also going down. EA, that's actually the actual stock. EA went up a bit, but this is not going good for Square Enix. This is not going good for Square Enix. They might go bankrupt soon. There will be no more Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, or things. This is what happens when you make remakes. This is why I say companies should make new games and new IPs and additions to existing franchises, not remake old games just for profit and make that your entire release schedule. And that was the problem of the Switches this year with the Switch. The reason why it didn't sell as well as last year is because the Switch's lineup was full of remakes of Wii U games. But here's another thing. Hajime Tabito resigns from being the director of Final Fantasy games. And also, Square Enix canceled all but a few Final Fantasy XV DLC. Square Enix is screwed. That's the first thing. Final Fantasy, you can't milk Final Fantasy forever and expect to get millions of dollars back. The same old does not work anymore. The same thing with Dragon Quest. You can't milk those two same IPs over and over again. Gotta make something new, Square Enix. Octopath Traveler is not enough. Gotta make more new IPs. This is the problem with Call of Duty. Call of Duty is declining, not because of digital sales, it's because they're milking it practically to death. The only exceptions to this is Mario and sports games. Those are the only exceptions in Mario games. They release Mario games every year by Nintendo, but Mario games have more variety than Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy is the same RPGs over and over again. Because who got the last games released? Roll the Final Fantasy didn't even hit 1 million copies. That could tell you something about the health of a franchise. Final Fantasy XV is behind Final Fantasy 13. By all counts. At 13 sold 3 million on the Xbox, but only sold 1 million on Xbox One, but sold a similar amount on the PS. Sold 1 million less still than the PSV version, retail version, and that's not including digital. Final Fantasy VIII will still be released, but all of this is now being cancelled. These are all the things lots of things just got cancelled. Square Enix, you're screwed. Hopefully, like, subscribe, and sell, and remember, Square Enix, milking games does not give you money.